Hello everyone, welcome. The Star Beats fan. 5 artists who didn't like Prince is often praised as one of the most innovative and talented artists in music history. He was known for his unmatched musical ability, and he showed off his skills as a singer, songwriter, dancer, guitarist, and producer. Prince is a rock hero for a good reason. His dedication to his stage persona and his incredible musical talent made him a one-of-a-kind figure in music history. His huge talent brought him fame and mystery, and he started recording in 1977. Journey with black people-oriented funk and soul music. Prince's early music was influenced by disco, but as he grew as an artist, he moved into other styles, such as jazz, rock, heavy metal, and more. The Beatles and hype-hop artists were able to mix lively rhythms with soulful ballads that often showed off his amazing falsetto and his first big hit, Little Red Corvette. His first big crossover hit was in 1983, and its music video was one of the few by a black artist to be shown on MTV at the time. However, his sexually explicit lyrics and acts caused a lot of controversy. His 1984 album Purple Rain made him even more famous as one of the biggest stars of the 1980s, and it is still his best-selling record. Still, Prince's career was full of disagreements and fights that made a lot of people dislike him. This part of the story added to the sad story about the famous singer. Here are 5 musicians who hated Prince the most. Keith Richards chose Prince to open for the Rolling Stones at the beginning of his career, but their fans were not ready for his bold androgynous style, which shocked many. Keith Richards was especially harsh in his review, calling Prince overrated and saying he didn't deserve the title. Richards also said Prince acted cocky as an opening act, saying, "You never outshine the headliner, especially with a Stones crowd, he's a prince who thinks is already a king." Richards' criticism didn't end there. He thought Prince's music lacked substance and compared him to monks, saying he put style over depth. Even though he praised Prince's energy, he didn't find much important content in his work. Gene Simmons has made it clear that he has different feelings about the deaths of musical icons. After Prince's tragic death in 2016, Simmons harshly criticized him, saying that Prince had killed himself through drug abuse and that it was sad that he did it. Simmons also made controversial comments about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Simmons wasn't afraid to say what he thought about Prince, saying that his death was his choice, despite the harsh things he said. Simmons praised Prince's talent and said he was miles ahead of everyone else. "I thought he had left Michael Jackson in the dust, but he kept saying how sad he was, saying that it was sad that he killed himself slowly, but that's what drugs and alcohol do, they kill you slowly. Do you think he died of a cold?" Rick James was a very talented and troubled artist. When Prince became a rising star in the music industry, James saw him as a threat to his own status. Tensions rose when James asked Prince to open for him on his Fire It Up tour in 1980. James thought Prince would play a supporting role, but that's not how it went. Their rivalry quickly grew, and according to Bootsy Collins, both artists tried to ruin each other's performances. In the sound and fury of Rick James, they were about to fight physically. Their dislike for each other went beyond their shows. R&B singer Tina Marie said that James had even taken Prince's synthesizers for his own use. Later, James vented his anger in Rolling Stone, which wrote that Prince was mentally disturbed, adding that, "You can't take his music seriously." In 1983, James criticized Prince again, this time focusing on his race and image. In an interview with Blues and Soul, he said, "He doesn't want to be black. My job is to keep reality over this little science fiction creep, and if he doesn't like what I'm saying, he can kiss my ass." According to Michael Jackson's autobiography, he and Prince were the most important black men in pop music in the 1980s. Jackson and Prince changed the genre while also being financial successes. Moonwalker Jackson was annoyed by being compared to Prince all the time. He said, "I don't like being compared to Prince at all. I've proven myself since I was very young, and he thinks of me as a rival. I hope he changes because he's going to get hurt." Both artists went to a James Brown show in 1983 and Brown invited them to perform on stage. Jackson went on first and showed off his famous style, followed by Prince, who tried to copy Brown but ended up with a chaotic and embarrassing performance that Jackson said was a joke because people were screaming and running around. It was all caught on video. This was their only appearance on stage together, and they remained rivals throughout their careers, with Jackson saying that he thought Prince's competitive nature could be bad for him. Trent Reznor, lead singer of 9 Inches, said that he was disappointed with Prince because he was excited by Prince's interest in his music sounding like broken records. Reznor booked a nearby studio in 1994, but his excitement quickly faded when Prince showed up, as Reznor told Select magazine. There were rules that said you couldn't say, "Prince," you had to use that symbol instead, and you couldn't look at him or talk to him unless he spoke to you first. He talked about how Prince arrived wearing a flashy outfit and lots of expensive accessories, making him an overwhelming presence. The only time they interacted was a snub in the hallway, and Reznor said, "I don't care who you are," that's just in his earlier admiration for Prince way after that meeting. What do you think? Was Prince too difficult to work with, or was he just misunderstood? Let us know in the comments below.